Me and my brother went really close because he went and stayed with my dad, like I said, and I stayed with my mom. When my mom and dad were together, we lived in Robbins, North Carolina, near Carthage, North Carolina, and I was probably under the age of 10.
Oh, okay.
And an uncle sexually messed with me when I was under 10. So when you're, and then you have, I was scared at the time, so I didn't say anything at that time. And then, you know, when my mom and daddy split up, and then she always put guys in front of us. Then she met this one guy, and they were talking about getting married. That's when we lived in Asheboro, North Carolina. And I remember being in the hotel room on Huffman Mill Road, and that's when we moved to Burlington. And my stepfather at the time, he was like, if you do this for me, then I would give you this. And what stuff he was talking about was sexual. I told my mom, she really didn't believe me. That was probably at the age of 14, 15. She never believed me. She didn't want to talk about it. I always had my stepfather at the time would never tell me I would never amount to anything, that I don't know why you go to school because you're not doing anything. And I made pretty decent. I mean, I didn't make a straight A's and B's, but I made A, B's, and C's on my report card. So at the age of 16, after hearing that for a while, I eventually ended up quitting school at the age of 16. And when I quit school at 16, I actually got married at 16. Probably got married for the wrong reasons at the time. Because you just want to feel somebody to love you, and I never really felt like my mom or anybody loved me at that time. I felt alone at that time. So, but now, you know, through the years of my marriage or whatever, I did have did have to be hospitalized several times for anxiety, and I've tried once or twice to try to kill myself, take a bunch of sleeping pills. So I ended up staying at the hospital for weeks at a time, and it's because of my childhood. I was married, had kids then. I always vowed to myself I would never do what my mom and my daddy did for me. I wanted a different relationship that I had with my kids, and I do have a different relationship with my kids now. But I used to, when I was at that very low moment in my life, you know, I believe in God, and I still believe in God. My faith has really got me through in everything. And but when you're down and low, you really don't think about that. You think about all the memories that you had when you were younger, and you feel like nobody cared, and everybody said you were stupid. Everybody said that you're wouldn't ever amount to anything, and it hurts. I remember going through, when I was in the hospital in Winston-Salem, that because they offer counseling there, he said, have you ever really talked to your mom? He's like, you really need to talk to your mom and tell her how you feel. Tell her she wasn't there for you. And she recognized that she wasn't there for me. She told me she wasn't there for me, but it still hurt. It's like being a mom myself, I just can't never see somebody doing that to their own kids. But And we all have our little setbacks. That was my setback. But through life, I've had still setbacks where, whether it be taking a bunch of sleeping pills because you just want to forget, just go to sleep and forget everything. Or when you have an anxiety so bad it feels like you're having a heart attack. Or here recently, dealing with this computer thing, because I'm not an electronic person. I had a real bad, nausea was really bad for at least 3 or 4 days or more. But I still kept my faith, and then I'm trying not to cry. Now in life, I really don't even, I know I shouldn't really talk about Patricia, but she really means a lot through wisdom. She really has helped me. With anxiety and believing in me through the company, that you can, even though you're not on the totem pole, but she felt enough and seen something in me that most people wouldn't see besides my husband, that I can do something else. I can graduate up the ladder. And most companies are not like that. And Wisdom's like that. And I found a company that I really do believe in, this company. And you have people who are there for you. No matter what time or day, I can always call Patricia, she's going to be there. And I love what the company stands for. That's where compassion, the loyalty, the faith, the commitment, integrity, all that comes in the factor. And it's all rolled up into one thing. It's because they care about you and they want you to succeed. And I didn't have that. I didn't have that growing up where they want you to succeed. It's like you're not amounting to anything, you're not going to do anything. And here today, I can say that I'm proud to be myself through Wisdom Senior Care, that people like my boss, like Patricia, believed in me. And I feel proud about this company. And what we're doing for the seniors, I've always had the calling when I was in my 20s to take care of people. I love taking care of seniors. They need us. If they didn't have us, then where would they be? And being in, I've worked in nursing homes and I've worked in home health. I'd rather have my loved one being in home like Wisdom, because you can go into their home and you can take care of them one-on-one, get to know that person, and help them out with their daily living. But when you're at a nursing home, you can't do that, because you got, like nowadays, you got 15, 20 people that you have to work for and take care of. Now, how are you going to take care of them? You really can't take care of them. And you have to treat them like you're your grandmother or your grandpa, just take care of them and just be there for them, and they trust us. I can honestly say they trust us and they look up to us to make sure that everything is going to be okay. And that's what I'm here for, is to take care of them. And I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Wisdom. I really wouldn't. It's inspired me to want to do better for myself, even though I'm later in age. I want to improve. Most people, I just am there for a job. I'm not looking for a job. I probably was back in the younger days, but I'm not looking for a job. I'm looking for a place that I can call home and that I can grow into. And I love the healthcare, and I love the way Wisdom helps you do that. It takes you they do you one step at a time as a ladder, until you achieve. And you can achieve more and more and more and more if you just show your loyalty out there, and your caring. And people who actually see that, they'll come to you and say you're doing a good job. They lift you up. I've never had anybody talk down to me or whatever. They've been concerning. They'll help you any way you can, and everything to grow through the company. But most of all, it's the clients, and that's the reason why I'm there.